Alright guys, just got done watching CZW's Best of the Best 11, and I have to say I thought the show was decent. Didn't really have a lot of big name guys in the tournament this year, but Best of the Best hasn't really been what it used to be for a while. I do like CZW, and back in I guess 2000, 2003, I kind of lost a lot of interest in wrestling, and then I saw some of the Tournament of Death stuff, and it actually got me back into it. It was just so crazy. I remember seeing all the light tubes, and I was like, oh my god, this makes ECW look like Disneyland or something. And it was just the craziest stuff, but the whole deathmatch thing has kind of faded over the last few years. I remember when they started, it was like awesome guys: Nick Mondo, Necro Butcher, JC Bailey, Zandig, Wife Beater, Nick Gage. They just had all these great deathmatch guys, and now I watch the tournament, it's like, who the hell are these people? So it's kind of disappointing, because I was a fan of the death matches, and I think the first 4 Tournament of Deaths were really good, and it's kind of gotten worse over time. But every once in a while you'll get a guy who's really good, like Drake Younger or Brain Damage or somebody like that. But and I think Matt Tremont is actually a pretty good guy. He seems to stand out, and I thought he did a good job at last year's Tournament of Death. But I wanted to do a video for Best of the Best because it is one of CZW's big 3 shows, along with Tournament of Death and Cage of Death. So I thought I would do a video for this, even though I really haven't even watched CZW since Zandig. He shaved his head and had this big rat tail thing. I can't really remember what it was, but it looked horrible. So I haven't really watched the product in a while, besides Tournament of Death. But I figured I'd go ahead and do Best of the Best. And the first thing I have to say was this crowd was not very good at all for this. Kind of disappointing. They had Uha Nation scheduled, but he couldn't make it because of an injury, and they replaced him with Greg Excellent. Very bad choice. I think pretty much anybody would have been better for this tournament than Greg Excellent, but it's just typical CZW. So DJ Hyde comes out. He's got the trophy. The fans chant bulldozer for Matt Tremont. All the wrestlers come out. Callahan and Drake almost get into it. And then we get the first match: Drake Younger versus MK McKinnon versus Trent Seven versus Sami Callahan. I thought this was a pretty good match, actually. McKinnon gets his nose busted. Callahan gets busted. McKinnon gets counted out after a dive, and Drake gets counted out after a suplex on the apron by Callahan. Sami wins with a stretch muffler on Trent Seven. Drake comes back out, but nothing happens. Then we get this Greg Excellent versus Alex Colon versus Willie Mack match. They have these soft drinks with them. Excellent has a Mountain Dew. Willie Mack has grape soda because he's black, you see. Colon has some kind of yellow drink. I don't know what the hell it was. Excellent starts dancing. The other 2 drop kick him. They all eventually do this spot where they get their drinks, and they all take a sip of them, and they spit it in each other's face, and then they actually run around the ring while they play the Benny Hill theme. Mack eventually eliminates Excellent with a frog splash, and then it's down to Willie Mack and Alex Colon. Willie Mack runs to the turnbuckle like he's going to jump up and jump over the guy, but Alex Colon gets his legs on his head and then flips him over and slams him down, getting the pin. So Alex Colon moves on in the tournament. Next match is Samurai Del Sol versus Chuck Taylor versus Johnny Gargano. This match was also pretty good. It seemed a little bit short, but Taylor eliminates Gargano, and then Del Sol quickly eliminates Taylor. Like I said, this was pretty good, a little short, but Del Sol moves forward. Then we get AR Fox versus ACH versus Lince Dorado. ACH has Dragon Ball GT on his tights for some insane reason. I don't know why, but I liked it. In this match, AR Fox gets his ear. I guess it's from a Hurricane Rana from Dorado. That's the only thing I could see that would have busted his ear open, but his ear just starts pouring blood. And it's busted the entire night in every match he's in. Horrible injury. And it's really hard because you notice when a guy has an injury like this how hard it is to work a match, because everybody does that kick to the right kick to the head, and it always hits that ear. And so guys definitely had to kind of work around that, but it looked like he definitely took some more shots to the ear later. Dorado hits this flip into a clothesline that was pretty awesome off the top rope. ACH eliminates Dorado with the crossroads hanging from the second rope, and then AR Fox wins by grabbing him. The low main pain, he has the guy on the corner, and then he jumps up and flips him over and slams him down. Dave Christ versus Jake Christ in a non-tournament match. This guy, Dave Christ, he's got a huge Juggalo tattoo all over his back. The ref takes a bump. Dave kicks Jake in the balls twice and then pins him to become the new Wired TV champion. I didn't really know about the storyline or anything going into this. They're brothers, they feud, but it was a good match, so I'm not complaining about that. Alex Colon versus Sami Callihan. Sami's head is bandaged from the first match, so they brawl around ringside. Callihan hits Colon with 4 kicks to the face wash. But on the 4th, I think it was the 4th or 5th, he kicked him a bunch of times. He actually uses the left leg, and I don't think Colon was ready for that, and he expected to get hit with the right, and then when he got hit with the left, it looked like he got busted right in the eye. Pretty crazy stuff. Colon tries to do the stretch muffler, but Sami turns it into a small package for the win. Callihan cuts a promo afterwards about how he's been to the finals for 3 years but hasn't won. Then we get Samurai Del Sol versus AR Fox. Like I said, AR Fox comes out instantly, just working the match. His ear starts bleeding. I think Del Sol slowed down a little bit when he saw the blood. It looked like, that's just what it came across to me as. It looked like he saw him start bleeding again and kind of slowed down a little. But they had a decent match. Fox wins with the low main pain. And then during intermission, the best match on the show, in my opinion, was Big Japan Pro Wrestling. They showed a clip of BJW, and it was Kobayashi versus Ito, and this was awesome. Incredibly ultra-violent, whatever you want to call it, hardcore. I mean, they had all types of crazy stuff in this match, just brutal. Light tube, log cabins. They had these things set up on a chair. They had this huge bundle of tubes in the corner. They used all types of stuff in this match. The Kinzens, those little things that stick in your head. Cinder blocks. They had a box of forks that are sticking straight up. Just brutal stuff. Ito actually hits a superplex off the top rope onto Kobayashi, and he goes through the box of forks, through the light tubes. And this was just sick, and he still kicks out. I mean, just a crazy match. He's got a Kinzen stuck in his forehead this entire time. And then they use these cinder blocks. Ito takes a cinder block and puts it on Kobayashi's back, and then grabs another cinder block and just breaks him on the guy's back. He does it like 3 times. And he still kicks out. Kobayashi wins with a Samoan drop off the top, followed by an elbow drop. So Kobayashi wins here, and like I said, I wasn't expecting this during the intermission. I didn't know what we would get, but we got this, and I was like, wow, this is actually awesome. So technically it's not the CZW event, but it was my favorite match. Then Drew Gulak comes out. Fans throw toilet paper at him. They have some angle with him and Danny Havoc, and some guy has got a towel over him, huddled up, and apparently Drew Gulak has this friend of his that Danny Havoc got hooked on PCP. I don't know what the hell this was. But anyways, Danny Havoc attacks Gulak from behind with a barbed wire bat, busts his head open. Gulak's pissed off. They make a match for May 12th. Havoc versus Gulak, no rope, barbed wire. Matt Tremont comes out thinking he's going to wrestle DJ Hyde. DJ comes out in a suit, says he's not wrestling. He swerves him, and then Clint Margera attacks Tremont from behind. This was okay. Kind of a hardcore death match here. Both guys get busted open. They did use some stuff like a couple tack bats, water jug. They had some barbed wire in the match. Tremont wins with a power bomb. He has a chair wrapped in barbed wire, 2 chairs set up, puts the chair in the middle, power bombs Clint Margera onto it and gets the win. He challenges DJ. He wants to fight him right now, but DJ says if he wants to fight him, he's got to win Tournament of Death, and he announces that in the first round he's going to face Kobayashi. So they did announce that. And then we get the main event, AR Fox versus Sami Callihan. This match was crazy. I thought it was pretty good. AR Fox is nuts. I mean, he's doing these crazy dives. One dive, he completely misses. Callihan like moves out of the way, pulls the guardrail up, and he completely lands in the concrete. Like I said, he's still got the busted ear from earlier, and it was just nuts. This guy's crazy. But he's really talented. Callihan does win the tournament with the stretch muffler, though. Well, kind of a stretch muffler. He's got the stretch muffler and then turns it into something else, kind of. But Callihan wins, which I thought was the right choice. I'm sure next year, if CZW does this again and is still around, that AR Fox will probably win Best of the Best next year. DJ comes out, hands Callihan the trophy, spits in his face. Drake gets in the ring, Callihan punches him and low blows him. Then DJ comes back out. He says it's going to be 2 out of 3 falls death match for May 5th, Callihan versus Drake Younger. He rambles on for a while, and then AR Fox is the people's choice, I guess. So that was it. Like I said, it was an okay show, had some good matches on here. I thought the death match was okay too, and the best part was the intermission match with the Japanese guys, because they put on the best death matches. Like I said before, I am a fan of death matches. The first 4 Tournament of Deaths were really good, and it wasn't just no-name guys hitting each other with tubes. It felt like there was more of a match going on, and that's something Japan definitely has right. When they do death matches, it feels like a match, and they do innovative stuff. They try new things. Instead, the deathmatch scene in America has kind of turned into, I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, guys I don't even know. And it's really disappointing. But then again, it's one of those things where you can only take it so far until people have to like die or something. So that kind of sucks about it, but I still think there could be a resurgence of death matches, but probably not anytime soon. They kind of got to quit doing so many tournaments. But I thought the show was pretty good. I thought it had some good matches, and overall I did enjoy it for what it was. And like I said, next year AR Fox will probably win Best of the Best. So that's my review of CZW Best of the Best 11. Hope you guys liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks to everybody who has subscribed, and that's it. So thanks for watching. Bye.